Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 3 of Troy Talks. My name is Troy Holt. I am located on the Gulf Coast in the city of Pensacola, Florida. I own a company called Troy Holt Consulting, LLC. My podcast, I speak on the areas of financial services, marketing, and that's relationship and incentive marketing and leadership. And also we include some sales with the marketing part. But tonight I want to talk on a very subject. It's kind of like a pet peeve of mine, but the subject, it's an analogy. And the title of it is called Diagnose Before Prescribing. Diagnose before describing. Now, what birthed this particular podcast is, have you ever been on social media? And it's really, really big on LinkedIn. And have you ever been on social media and someone sends you a request? Okay, and it may be on LinkedIn, or could be on Facebook, or maybe even Instagram. It happens there too. So you connect. And as soon as you connect, someone begins to pitch you some type of sales pitch. Buy my product, buy my course. I've got all kind of people that I've helped. I've done this, I've done that. But they just automatically start pitching with no relationship. And so that's what this particular podcast is birth about. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine. It's called Diagnose Before Prescribing. Now, imagine this. You have a toothache and you go to a doctor and you say, hey, my jaw is bothering me and I need to go to the doctor. Okay. And you go to the doctor, you go to you're waiting there, you're in pain, and all you want is some relief. And you go to the doctor, you schedule your appointment, and you get there. And then once you get there, the doctor, he pulls out his prescription pad and he begins to write a prescription. And he just start writing this prescription and say, here, go to the drugstore, go to Walgreens, go to CVS, and get this prescription filled, and you should be okay. And check back with me later. And then you're like, hey, doctor, you don't even know what's wrong with me. You just came out and gave me a prescription and you didn't diagnose me. How do you know what prescriptions to give me if you haven't diagnosed? And you would say, hey, this is considered medical malpractice. Well, a lot of salespeople, we commit sales malpractice because we prescribe or give a solution before we know what the problem is. And so therefore, we commit this sales malpractice because we pitch or we prescribe a person without asking questions. Now, the doctor a real doctor who's really concerned, who's really trying to find out to solve the problem, to help you with your pain, he's going to ask when, where, why, and how. When did it start hurting? How does it hurt? What's the scale of it? Is it 1 to 10? Where does it hurt? How long has it been hurting? He's going to ask questions, and those questions are going to be able to give him the solution or the prescription to prescribe you. And describe to you, in the same way in selling, you need to be able to ask questions to find out about what the person really needs. In other words, it may be the person already have what you're offering, but if you don't find out and ask the questions, then you won't know why. And part of those questions is a person, they're building a relationship. And we need people to, go back to building relationships. We don't have relationships anymore. People just want to sell and make you a number. But it's all about building a relationship. And once you can build those relationships, then you can see where there's a really true connection there. Now, let me use another analogy. A person meets a young lady, a man meets a young lady, and he just meets a lady, and they exchange numbers, and then all of a sudden he say, "Hey, I want to marry you," and the woman going to be like, "Marry me? You don't even know me. You haven't even found out about me. We don't have any type of relationship. You just went straight, to getting married, and there's nothing for you to diagnose me to see if are we compatible. Do we have things in common?" And so a woman would be turned off with a man that jumps into and just want to get married, but don't even know the woman, and she doesn't know him. And so, again, this is a pet peeve of mine when they prescribe before they diagnose. So we must diagnose first. We must find out what is the problem, where does it hurt, where is the pain, before we can offer any type of solution, before we can pitch our solution, because it may be that we may need to refer them to a specialist because they don't fit us, or we don't have the solution to what they need. We don't have the prescription to what they need. So I just wanted to talk about that, about the pet peeve. Again, the title of this lesson is diagnose or before you prescribe. And I wanted to say, I didn't say this on my last two podcasts. You can find me on Instagram at Troy _talks. You can find me on Twitter at Troy _talks. You can find me on LinkedIn at Troy Holt. That's TROYHOLT. You can also find me on Facebook, Troy Holt. So I'm on social media on many channels. Please connect with me. If you have some questions or you want to reach out to me personally, you can email me at troyholtconsultingllc@gmail.com. I'll be more than glad to have a conversation with you. If you need some help, some collaborations, I'm looking for to do some interviews with some people. So I want to also thank you, everybody that's listening, and also everybody that will listen later. Please do me a favor, share this podcast, especially if you know somebody this can help. Please share this, get the word out. This is my third broadcast. I thank you for listening. Thank you for those that are sharing. But if I can be any help, let me know. Have a great night.